Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Last part, we got our least useful and least morally acceptable party member, Flurry, and in this part we're going to be taking her back to the Great Tree in order to remove that invisible thingy. Yeah, the thingy. So yes, now we've got Flurry following around us. This is about all you're going to be seeing of Flurry, I'm afraid, if there are any fans of her out there. I've went over this before, but she's my least favorite party member, just in terms of combat. And since I didn't really go over it very well last time, and we're backtracking anyway, I'll explain why now. Oh yeah, this is just a random email, so you can check that if you want. Oh yeah, another little Easter egg. The sound that plays when you get just a normal email is something from Super Mario World as well. Anyway, if you want to read this, you can. It's just some world building stuff back in Rogueport. Not really that big of a deal. But anyway, I don't like Flurry as a combat character very well because her attack strength isn't really that great. Her attack strength is about equal to Koops's, and she can attack pretty much everywhere on the field. You know, like enemies that'll be hanging from the ceiling, which we'll be seeing later in the game. You know, she can hit those. She can hit pretty much everyone on the field. So, you know, that's useful until you get a better party member later down the line who can do the same thing and who does more damage. I mean, again, she can kind of tank, but the thing is that in order for her to get enough HP for that to really be possible, you gotta level her up to max with the Shine Sprites, and that doesn't really happen until way later in the game. And at that point, we get a much better tanking character anyway. So yeah, I just don't like Flurry very much. But anyway, here we found the secret entrance. Huh. I thought you said it wasn't going to be labeled secret entrance. Whatever. Brick joke, I know. Great, now we're trying to give character development to this stupid bitch. It's like, another thing that I don't like about Flurry as all, I mean, overlooking just the necklace thing, because, you know, okay, overlooking that, her character has no depth at all. I mean, each chapter where you get a new character, you know, they're given within that chapter, they're given some time to develop and stuff. There's an exception with an optional character we'll be getting later, but it's like every character we will meet after this is given some character development, or if they're not, they're just entertaining enough characters so that you can ignore their lack of development just because you like having them around. But with Flurry, she's not an entertaining character, and her character development is just like, oh, I used to be an actress, but I took a break. Now I'm going to be an actress again. You know, that's not interesting. It's so boring. And she's just, I don't like Flurry at all. If it wasn't for her field ability, I would say that she's, without a doubt, the most useless. Well, she is the most useless party member we're going to get. But it's just like, without her field ability, she'd be completely irredeemable. Whoa, dude, isn't he that Mario guy? What? He is? We better get him then. But dude, Lord Crump told us to tell him immediately if we found Mario, remember? You idiot, use your head. If we capture him, we'll get all the credit, man. Duh. Oh yeah, right on. Let's rock this chump. 1, 2, 3, break. I love the X-Naught grunts. You know, they're trying to be military and stuff, but they're like, dude, and rock on and stuff, and I find that hilarious. So anyway, these are the X-Naught drones. We'll be seeing plenty of them throughout this chapter. They're really not that big of a deal. They've got 4 HP, and their attack is a lot. They've got a 3 attack, which is the most we've seen on a non-boss enemy so far. But first off, they're pretty easy to guard and pretty easy to super guard as well once you get the timing down. I mean, they attack pretty fast, but it's easier to super guard than you might think. But it's just, yeah, they're really not that hard to deal with, so you shouldn't really have a problem. I brought out Flurry here just because I think that just because I thought that I'd want to show off her abilities, just cause, you know. So anyway, here's Flurry's body slam attack. You move the cursor with the control stick. It sort of moves around a little bit on its own, so you gotta sort of keep it in the circle in order for you to do damage. It's really not that hard to pull off, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. I'm using a mushroom because I'm running low on health. I don't use a lot of healing throughout the game, you know. Healing, you don't generally need to heal because there's such effective methods of getting health back anyway. Like, you get a free refill every time you level up, and there's heart blocks all over the place. It's just like, you know, I never feel the need to use healing items very often, except for specific boss fights. But yeah, these are X-Naught drones. They're not hard. I mean, their damage can they can pile up after a while. And, you know, they can also sometimes use potions to buff themselves. So, try to take them out as quickly as you can. Since, if you powered up Goombella like I did, she can take out one of them with one attack. So, you're going to want to keep her out for a little while. That's pretty much the best idea. Ooh, what was that just moved there? Oh yeah, this is the Puny theme song, by the way. Puny. This is the Punies theme song. I like it quite a lot, actually. I think it fits. It does get, I will admit though, we'll be hearing it quite a lot in this section, so it does get a little bit repetitive. But, you know, I'm willing to overlook it. Look at those guys. Danger. Nice dash. I like that. You know, it's just like, there's one guy admiring Mario's mustache when the rest of them are afraid of him. You know, that's another thing with Paper Mario. They're always obsessed with his mustache. You know, I never really thought of that as his most defining characteristic, but whatever. Huh, there's only like 10 of these guys. Wait! How do we really know this burly fellow is our ally? He might be one of them. Oh god, there always has to be one of these guys, doesn't there? Don't you ever notice whenever there's like one of those, whenever you have anything with a sort of rebel army, trying to revolt against the big bad force, you know, there's always one sort of, there's always one rebel who's a douchebag and doesn't trust the heroes and all that, and ends up being kind of a bad guy, but not really. I hate those things. They're kind of dicks, you know. So, pretty much, this is, not Puniper, this is, I forget his name. Well, anyway, at this point, we learned that, Puny, the green one. We learned that the green one's sister is, okay, wait, sorry. Punio's the one with the green antenna, Puniper is the fat one. Puniper just told Punio that his sister Petunie, is kidnapped and we need to save her, and the Elder, and everyone else. You know, guys, maybe having everyone's name begin with the syllable P wasn't a very good idea. It sort of makes it easy to confuse everyone. You know, you know what I'm saying, Nintendo? No? Okay. So anyway, here's what we gotta do. We gotta save everyone if we want to get these guys help. You know, this is really not the time to deal with stuff like this, but there always has to be one of these guys for some reason, so fine, whatever, we'll go. You can't go to the right yet because those X-Nauts, locked the door when they left. But we'll be finding a way to get over there later, so remember that that's there. Anyway, there's a save block there if you need it, so just go out the pipe. Willy willy willy. Willy willy willy. So anyway, if you notice in the middle of the room here, there's a thingy, and it goes down by 9, but it says 10, but it went down to 9 when we stepped on it. I think we should remember that for later. That's probably going to be important. Probably. Oh goody, another, we got a power punch there. Basically what that does is, if you drink it, you get more attack points. Pretty standard item. Anyway, we've got a new enemy here. That is a Yux floating over there. Even though it looks like you should be able to hit it with your hammer, you can't. It's considered a floating enemy. Whatever. Anyway, the big thing about a Yux is that you want to take it out relatively quickly, because for every turn it the Yux is out, it will generate a mini Yux. And if that's around it, then you're not able to attack the main yucks directly. You see that little shield? As long as that shield's there, you're not able to damage the main yucks. So you're gonna have to beat that. However, it also has its own, the mini yucks also has its own tattle entry. So if you're going for a complete tattle log, you're gonna wanna let it generate a yucks on its own, so that you're gonna want to have the main yucks generate mini yucks so that you can tattle it. If you let it summon too many mini yucks, I think these guys will be able to do an attack that does more damage. And don't listen to Goombella there. Flurry is not the most effective way to take care of mini yucks. Keep Goombella out. She is way more effective than Flurry against these guys. Mostly because if you've powered her up like you should have at this point, she can deal enough damage to kill the main yucks in one attack. So you have Mario take out the mini yucks, and then have Goombella take out the main yucks. If you're sticking out with Flurry, she can only do a max of 2 damage at this point. So she's going to, so you're not going to be able to take out the yucks, and it'll just be a time-consuming mess. So yeah, don't use Flurry. She's effectively useless. I mean, I did, when I was recording this LP, I did try to use the characters as evenly as possible. But honestly, I could never really find much use for Flurry, unless if I had no other options, like, if the other characters were too hurt to do anything and such. I never had an opportunity to use Flurry. Like here, I'm taking her out because, you know, I want to try to use Flurry a little bit more and such. But anyway, we've got a little scene here. Man, this is brutal. How much longer till we find that stupid crystal star? Not even those puny Punies we captured know anything about it. And they live here. After all this pointless searching, I'm thinking we're looking in the wrong place. Ooh, stealth kill. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, they never really establish how the X-Nauts know where these crystal stars are, because, you know, they established that they knew where this one is, where one in Rogueport is, and one in Hooktail Castle is, but they never established how they figured it out. I assume that they probably just, like, researched it a whole shit ton, and it's not really important, but, you know, it's just something interesting to think about, I guess. So anyway, now we figured out that they locked up the Elder and all of the other Punies in separate cages. So that means that we gotta unlock both of them separately. Great. Something tells me that's gonna require some fetch questing and backtracking. So we've gotta find the cell keys. Thankfully, one of the cell keys is right nearby. So if you just go to this room to the left... Oh, look who it is. Oh, well, isn't this a treat? We must stop meeting like this, don't you think? Excuse me, we must not. Are you a friend of Mario's? Oh, wait, I see, and I most certainly do not approve. Well, like I give a fuck, Flurry. Get back. Get back to blowing. Ah, the fanfiction's been written already. I messed up my own little thing, huh? You know... How do you manage to jump that high? Even I can't jump that high, and I'm, you know, the jump man thing. So anyway, Miss Mouse really doesn't really have a purpose here. She's just sort of here doing her own thing, you know. But, oh, great, now we gotta deal with this guy. This is, yeah, we gotta deal with this, X-Naught grunt here, who's just guarding the storage room. Thankfully, this is a required fight, but it's only one X-Naught, so, you know, it's not hard at all. Doing. So anyway, yeah, I should also mention that if you want to do Flurry's stylish move, you just press the A button right when you hit the ground. It's not too hard to figure out. But yeah, it's a nice attention to detail, but that battle is really not that big of a deal, honestly. I mean, if it were doing the sort of game logic thing where you would fight 4 X-Nauts at once, even though there was only one X-Naut character there at the time, you know, it would have been a little bit more challenging, but at that point, it's not that big of a deal. But right there, we just got an Ultra Shroom. That's like end game material healing items. It restores 50 HP, which is like, more than 3 times the amount of HP we have at this point. So you're gonna want to save that for later. Oh, here's the Elder. I love the Elder character. Listen, Elder, I don't know why you're mad, but we came here to help you. Stop your mumbling, you, and mind your elders, you whelp. How could you abandon your poor sister and run off like that? Absolutely shameful. But Elder, I just went to find help to help rescue you. Oh, stop with the whining. You never interrupt an Elder mid-lecture, never. You wonder why the other Punies call you a doofus sometimes? That's why. And your time to be a doofus is over, because you have to lead our Puny tribe one day. That day is not far off, and that is why you need to listen. Now, first of all... Several hours later... Or else! You got that? From now on, you've got to get your act together, Punio. Yes, Elder. Yes, I understand. Bah! Only answer once! But say, by the way, why are you here, anyway? I was just telling you, we came to rescue everyone. We started with you, Elder. Oh, is that so? Well, good. In that case, get me out of here already. Criminy! This cell is cold, which isn't good for the old back, and then there's this damp stench. All of the old characters in Paper Mario are hilarious. I don't know why. I guess your amount of comedy is inversely proportional to your amount of youth. There's a better way to word that, but I'm not going to find it right now. So yeah, because they only keep one cell key, since they keep the cell keys separate, because game logic, I guess, just roll with it, we could only save the Elder and not everyone. Oh yeah, another thing, when you have Punio following you, he can't jump off ledges like Mario can. So you're going to have to take the long way around when you have, otherwise, you know, some stuff is going to be changed. You're going to want to remember this, because soon we're going to have to be dealing with a lot more of that, somewhat unfortunately. So yeah, because of that, I sort of had a dipshit moment and forgot that, so I had to go back and get Punio to follow me again. I would have liked to just be able to jump down off the ledge, but no. I had to do things the sensible way. Why haven't I switched Flurry back? I just don't like looking at her, too. I don't like that character design very much. Don't know why, I just don't. So yeah, here we are, back at the main base. What do you want now, Puniper? Humph, you heard me. Humph, I can't say I expected you to manage to rescue the Elder. I told you I could do it. Don't get a swelled head. This doesn't mean I'll accept you as our leader, and it definitely doesn't mean I completely trust that mustache guy either. For starters, you still haven't rescued the other Punies yet, and I'm not lifting and intended to help if you do. You stubborn mule! Deplorable! How dare you talk like that, knowing what we're up against? We must stand together now. We must take back our tree. Don't you understand that? But Elder... Shut your trap, Puniper, and mind me, you hear? You'll help Mustachio here. Wait, what did you say your name was again? It was Marty, right? It's Mario! He's Mario! I mean, sheesh, he's only world famous. Come on. Yes, simmer around you. And everyone else, help Mario clear out the tree. Oh, alright, Elder. Whatever you say. I love how nobody knows who Mario is. He's the closest thing to a celebrity in this goddamn universe. So anyway, it's at this point where Paper Mario becomes Paper Mario with some Pikmin undertones. At this point, we now get a bunch of Punies to follow us around, and it kind of reminds me of Pikmin, because you use them to solve puzzles and such. So, yeah, we're going to need them to find the Crystal Star, and also, well, before we can get the Crystal Star, we need to rescue all 101 Punies. So, yeah, we're going to have to rescue them first, then use them to get the other Punies. So, that's pretty much our goal for the next few parts, is rescuing the other Punies and getting the Crystal Star. Before you get the Crystal Star, you must save all the captured Punies. Yup, you'll never get to that gem without the help of the Punies. Not a chance. So here, you better take this. It's a Puny Orb. It's a symbol of our leader. This is the Puny Orb. It's a quest item, really. You're gonna need that for a few things. Mostly just, if you saw that weird pedestal that we passed by earlier, if you put the Puny Orb in the pedestal, it'll make the little panel thing glow. And while it's glowing, all the Punies will sort of swell around it, and then it will activate stuff. So, other than these specific puzzles, it's not really that useful. But, you know, it's a neat gameplay thing, anyway. If you can lose Punies, kind of like how I lost Punio earlier. So if you lose them, you can just talk to the Elder to get them back. So I chose I love you here because this is a funny exchange. Well, if I were just 10 years younger, I'd show you. Oh, you best believe it. I'd have, in my younger days, I was considered a puny prize. I had so many suitors, I had to fight them off. Now, that I think about it, there was a particularly fine boy named Punderton. 2 hours later. And that's how I became the puny elder, the leader of the puny tribe. Now you know my tale, and I know yours, so good luck to you. I love the Paper Mario gags like that. But anyway, next part we're going to be rescuing some Punies. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.